Hey everyone, welcome back. It's December day 6, prompt 6 for me. Yes, I'm still in December and I'm only on prompt 6, but I'm moving along. I'm working in my journal once again. I've taped off my edges because I like sharp lines to frame my work. And this prompt, the words for me are strong and difficult. So the questions that she has for the prompt are: what is a challenge you faced that helped you grow stronger or better in some way? Number 2, is there someone in your life who inspires you with their resilience or ability to thrive despite challenges? Number 3, what tools or practices help you transform hardship into something meaningful or positive? So all these questions I could relate to, and I was like, wow, this, I could answer all these questions. Easy. Some questions, it's just really hard, and you sit and you think, and you have to go back a ways, and then you have to try and dig through, but this was, there's a lot of stuff that's right there that I could relate to, and I was just like, I could pull from things easily to answer this question. Because of the question, I started with a dark page, and all I kept thinking was, in spite of all the challenges, in spite of all the things that seemed to be darkness, that seemed to be dark, that were very stressful, were very challenging, and still is challenging because, we always going through something. Sometimes it's a little more difficult than other times, but yeah. And I was just thinking while I was doing this that God has helped me come through stronger, better, lighter. Yes, it was painful. Yes, I hurt. Yes, I cried. Yes, I was angry. Yes, I was disappointed. But I've always come out better and stronger. And even in the midst of, while stuff is happening at this time, I use all the things that I went through in the past to remind me that God has brought me through successfully. It wasn't easy. It wasn't, not painful. It wasn't not challenging. It wasn't not like, why is this, taking so long to finish? Or, the questions we all ask at times. And it's like a cycle, but we got through it. These circles that I did, these scribbles on this painted piece of paper that I saved, because I just love to do those things. For me, that represented my struggles. So what I was thinking is I was rising through the struggles. However, even though I rose above it, which was the narrow piece of paper that's coming, right, which is this, even though I'm rising above it, it doesn't mean that it didn't affect me in some way. But I choose to use it to affect me positively. So yes, during everything, I might pull away, might make certain decisions, negative. But at the end of the day, I come back around and I refuse to allow it to keep me down. Because sometimes you do get dragged down, but I refuse to allow it to keep me down, and I rise. But I am changed because of the experience. If I didn't have the experience, I would not be this person at this time, And so the string that I'm using, I used 3 strings. Why 3? Because I thought one was it just wasn't enough. And I was thinking there's more to me. There's more. There's so much more than just, one element. There's so many parts that make up Gina. And I thought, okay, I'll just use 3. I don't want to use too much. But of course, there's a lot more, that we could think of that would make us who we are. And then I thought, let me just place these at the bottom to see how they look. I loved how it looked. And the darkness behind was all the struggles as well. And then the pink on top was the light and the calm and the joy coming through. But I mean, it's not like the dark doesn't affect the light. It's not like the dark doesn't affect who we are, and it doesn't help us to change and grow and transform. So it's still there in our story. So that's why, I didn't like fade it all the way up to white. It's still part of my story. And then part of the struggles, I decided to bring that up as well instead of just leaving it at the bottom, because it's there. But because you grow as you go along, because you grow and you should learn how to deal with things differently in a better way, then it shouldn't affect you as badly as it did previously or when you were younger. You know what I mean? So that's why those pieces on the top left and right are way less than all this stuff that's happening below. And then the strings that's below, I was thinking those are my roots. And they're still affected, even though I am grounded. One or two still affected by the struggles, meaning that it's a part of me because it changed me and helped me to grow, because I choose to allow it to help me to grow instead of drag me down and keep me down. Yeah. So I just try to turn things around positively. Otherwise, I just stay down. So yeah. And then my growth, it wasn't a straight line. It wasn't like, whoop, I made it. It's, I went through the straight and narrow. No. So that's why I only bent. I have 3 strings, so I just bent one. And I was like, yeah, okay, let's try and get this. Because the string is not the easiest thing to work with. It's pretty difficult. And it unravels easily. That's why I knotted it as well. And yeah. And then I wanted to tape those edges to the back of the page. And this is me struggling to get that done. But it didn't work out. And, everything just kept moving. And I was like, getting so frustrated. And I just was like, okay, forget the tape. Never mind. I should have turned the page and try to stick, but well, it is what it is. So I checked out everything. I'm like, okay, this looks cool. Do I want to do anything else to this? Do I like it? I think it's good. And then I thought maybe I should add some brightness to the top that will seep into, all the layers coming down. Because I thought, that's life, right? I do have, and I have had light coming in. And so I did that, but then I didn't like it at all. I was like, oh my gosh, I spoiled it. So I said, okay, let me take off the tape and see how it looks. I might change my mind. And I still didn't like it. But I'm trying to be patient and I'm trying to like it. And I was like, okay, let me try and focus on something else. I'll just trim off the edges, try and neaten everything up. Maybe I'll like it then. And I really didn't like it. At all. It's like, darn it, Gina, you spoiled it. So I was like, okay, what can I do? And I thought, I'm going to take it off. So I got out my wipes and I tried to wipe it. And it did this. And then I was like, wow, you really did it today, didn't you? Just, yeah. And I really did like how the background looked, it was a kind of grayish pink, blackish, and I really liked it. So I was like, okay, let's just paint over it and cancel that out. It's going to look black, but that's okay. It is what it is. You already did it. It's fine. So I'm just going to paint in all those areas that had the white paint. And then I'll see what I'm going to do from there. And then I made a boo-boo on the paper. So I was like, okay, well, let's make a boo-boo all around the paper. So I just kind of painted on the edge of the paper going all around because I made a mistake. And I was like, okay, it's not looking too bad, not bad. Let's see how it goes. And then, of course, I wanted to add some splashes because I thought if this piece represents me in the middle, you know, we should have some splashes. And then the splashes would bring in the black around, which, as I said before, did affect me, but it hasn't kept me down. And then I thought, I have these pieces that I stuck down, so let me highlight it. So I'm bringing in the pink. I'm just brushing it over those raised papers to highlight them because they're there and I wanted to see them. And I like that the pink is back in a little more, which represents for me, you know, softness, comfort, yeah, you know, love, all those things. And then I was like, okay, let's add some pink splashes to help tie it in even more. And I felt a little better. And then I was looking off to the side on my table and I saw a delicate piece of flowered tissue paper. And it makes me feel so happy. Every time I see it and I leave it there just for that purpose, I'm like, maybe I'll use it today. So every time I see it, I just love it and I want to use it. So I decided this is where I'm going to put it. And it will just represent the lighter feminine side of me, which there is. And I'm going to add that on top. I just love it so much. It's so soft and delicate. So now I'm just fixing all my edges, fixing my string. This piece is kind of twisted and making it bunched up at the bottom. So I'm just, you know, trying to lengthen everything and keep it laying the way I wanted it to. And this is it. This is my page today. Let me know if you like it. Let me know what you think. I hope it inspires you. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.